Okay, let's talk about metrics. As you know, everything is social, in digital marketing, you can measure. Everything that you do, you have metrics to let you know if you do what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. So these are the, let's start with the paid search. Paid search, you have three major companies that do in paid search: Google Ads, Bing, and Yahoo. Those are all paid search advertising. So let's talk about paid search advertising metrics. CPC stands for cost per click. What that means is, in this type of advertising here, you only pay when somebody clicks on your ad. Your ad appears here as many times as it can. You don't pay anything for your ad to appear. You only pay when the viewer clicks on your ad and ends up on your landing page or website, whatever. So that's why it's called pay per click.
Professor, I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you allow this app to run on your page or your blog, how much money you get from every click? If I have one of these Google ads, Bing ads, Yahoo ads on my page, my website or my blog.
Oh, that's
how much money
that you get? Yeah,
yes.
That's an affiliated that I'm not sure how much they pay now, but this is a little different than what I'm talking about. This is a program that this paid search advertising do, that you have to subscribe, and they give you a link so you can put on your website, and they pay you a percentage of that link, of that click. So it's almost like an affiliated program. So it's a little different than this. This is paid search. This is something that you advertise and you bid on some keywords, and when somebody does a search on Google, these results appear on the Google research, page search, and this thing that you see here, ads, tells you exactly if it's an ad or not. I covered this the other day, so this is different than what you're talking about. What you're talking about is an affiliated program that you can put on your blog or website, and it's a partnership that you're going to establish with Google, or even with some banners advertising, and you got pay a little bit of their profit, and it varies from company to company how much they pay you. It's called affiliated program. So again, paid search, it's called CPC because you get charged for each click that somebody does on the paid advertising. So let's talk about paid search advertising metrics. So impression, this is every time that your ad shows up on the browser or on a page result, it's called an impression. So if somebody's searching, for example, on paid search, somebody's searching on Google using a keyword that you are bidding on, if your ad shows up there, it's called impression. So you can have like 1,000 impressions and you pay nothing because you only pay again when somebody clicks on that. But every time your ad shows up, it's called impression. Then the clicks is when somebody clicks. Then another metric is click-through rate. That's the relationship between the time that your ad shows up versus how many times people click. So the calculation is the number of clicks divided by the number of impressions. So the number of clicks divided by the numbers of impressions times 100 gives you the percentage of click-through rate. It shows the percentage of people who saw your ad and click on it. Any questions? Because this is important for you to know for that exercise of the test, the digital metric test. So the impression is every time your ad shows up. Clicks when somebody clicks. Click-through rate is the percentage of people who saw the ad and click on it. Then conversion. Conversion is when users takes an action. So if you decide that you want to collect information from a form, so your goal is generate leads. So every time that you have a form, if somebody fills up the form, that's a conversion. I'll cover that in a second, a little more. So the cost that you spend on advertising. So let's talk about this. Cost per click. So that's the total cost you paid on advertising. Let's say you place an ad on Google, and you spend $1,000 for all the ads, and you had 100 people clicking on the ad. So then you do total cost divided by clicks. I'm sorry, this is what I should do. You understand that? Cost per click, you divide what you spend by the number of clicks. It gives you the cost per each click. Usually the cost per click can go $2, $3, $5. It depends. But it's the total cost of your advertising divided by the number of clicks. It gets you the cost per click. Cost per conversion. Let's say your conversion is to generate leads. So you go, okay, I spent $1,000 in this campaign, and I generated 100 leads. So your cost per conversion, you divide it by 1,000 by 100, gives you cost per conversion. Any confusion of that, or you understand? Okay, I assume that you understand. So cost per conversion. Let's say your conversion is to generate leads. You spend $1,000 and you got 100 leads. So you divide $1,000 by 100. It gives you the cost per each conversion. If your goal is to sell a product, for example, whatever product, so you spend $1,000 and you sold 100 of those products. So you divide the total cost of your campaign by the number of products you sold. It gives you the cost per conversion. So let's talk about paid social or display advertising. Paid search on Google, Yahoo, or Google, you pay per click. Every time somebody clicks, you pay. On display advertising and social media advertising, you pay by impressions. So every time your ad shows, you pay, but they don't charge you per impression. They charge you for 1,000 impressions. The cost usually for 1,000 impressions, I'm going to charge you like $20. So that means your ad shows up 1,000 times, they charge you $10 or $20. I forgot what I said. So that's cost per impression. So the acronym is cost per mil, because mil is the Latin word for thousands. Basically, is the cost per 1,000 impressions. So impressions, again, is every time your ad shows up. Could be on Facebook, could be on a website where you have banners. So every time your ad pops up, it's called an impression. And they usually charge you per 1,000 impressions. Reach. Go ahead.
You said that maybe for 1,000 impressions, it goes from $10 to $20.
It depends on what it is. Sometimes $20, sometimes $30, sometimes less. Depends what website you are advertising. So if you do, for example, you want to be advertised on CNN, probably they charge you a lot more.
Because you can choose the website in the process of getting
yes. So
okay.
There's many ways to do this. In some cases, you can deal direct with the owner of the website. For example, I advertise in some magazines, like I advertise in Times magazine, Times website, and I deal direct with them. Sometimes you go to a broker and they have like hundreds of websites they manage. So then you say, okay, I want to advertise in this in their website. Or sometimes you just say, I want to advertise into a certain type of demographics. I want to advertise it to a certain type of people. They have this type of interest. So you have a chance to really define the target audience. And then, sorry?
Can you recommend some of those brokers?
I don't have anything in mind, but DoubleClick is one. It's all done online. DoubleClick is one that I used in the past. But yes, I can look into that and send you a list of 3 or 4 that are in the market today, because they have a database, and I will send that information. I don't have a top. I know DoubleClick is one that does that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So impressions is every time your ad shows up. Reach is people that you reached. So imagine that I open my browser and the ad shows up there. Your ad shows up there. It counts 1 reach because the ad, it reached me. It's called 1 impression. So I open the browser, I generate a reach to that particular advertising in 1 impression. But then if I open I go to another browser and open that same, I get the same ad. It's called another impression. That's 2 impressions. But since it's showing to me, I'm just 1 reach. So impression is different than reach. Reach is the number of people you reach. Each person can generate as many impressions as possible, as long as it keeps going to different websites and see that same banner appear all the time. So reach is the number of people. Impression is how many times the ad shows up on the browser.
How do they calculate the reach? How do they know that you're the same person going on different websites?
You know that your computer has an IP.
Okay, that's it. The ISP number.
Yeah, that's you have that, so they know it's you.
If you're on the network, say at work or at the library, does each computer have its own ISP address?
Yeah, each computer has its own IP. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you open your computer, it's 1 reach for you. But if you yourself goes to a library, opens another computer there, you're going to generate a 2nd reach there, because they don't know you are the same person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The only time they know, if you, like on Facebook, they would know that. Facebook actually knows that because you're logged in, they know it's you.
Yeah.
So if you are logged into Facebook and the ad pops up there, it's 1 reach for you. But if you open another computer, it's still 1 reach because you are logged in and they know it's you.
Okay.
So clicks is every time people click. So again, click-through rate is always the number of clicks is the percentage of people who saw your ad. I see your ad, but sometimes you don't even see it. It appears on the browser, but probably you don't even pay attention to it. But it's still considered an impression. But if you click, you have the click-through rate. So it's the number of clicks divided by the number of impressions times 100, because it's a percentage that you get. CPC is the cost per click. So as I mentioned, paid search, cost per click, display advertising, Facebook advertising, usually they charge you CPM. I have this wrong here. Don't pay attention to this. Should be CPM, not CMP. Cost per mil. Mil means 1,000. So again, metrics, click-through rate, the same thing here. Because all the paid social, paid search, the click-through rate is about the same, is number of clicks divided by number of impression times 100. Social media ads, the same thing here. Reach, here they know exactly who you are. You know, I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. Okay, so CPM is the cost for 1,000 impression. So total spend divided by 1,000 impressions. Cost per conversion, so the total cost divided by conversions. Conversion can be leads, can be products you sold, depends on your goal. If your conversion goal is generate leads, so you take the total cost divided by leads. If your conversion goal is to sell a product, you take the total cost of your advertising, divided by the number of products you sold. Email marketing. Open rate. It tells you the percentage of people that opened email. So the way you calculate the open rate on email, you take the number of people opened email divided by the total emails that you delivered. It's not the emails that got delivered, not emails that were sent. Because sometimes you send 1,000 emails, but for some reason only 995 gets delivered because the other 5 went to a spam box or the email did not exist. So you know, when those programs that you have for email marketing, it tells you exactly how many emails got delivered into people's inbox. So here you take how many people opened email divided by the total emails delivered, not sent, delivered, times 100. That's what you call open rate. Click-through rate, number of clicks contained in an email message divided by the number of emails delivered. This is what you calculate. So again, you send so many emails, 1,000 emails got delivered, and 100 people click on the email, you calculate by dividing 100 by 1,000 times 100. This is where you get your click-through rate on emails. Bounce rate is the number of emails that were delivered and did not get, I'm sorry, the number of emails that was sent versus the one who got delivered. Because some, as I mentioned to you, don't get delivered for either the email is wrong or the people have their inbox full and the email did not get delivered. The subscribe rate is people that haven't subscribed your email. Let's say you send 1,000 email and 100 people unsubscribe, which is too high. Conversion rate, I already told you what it is. So let's talk about YouTube metrics. Watch time is the total accumulated minutes your audience spends watching your video content. So you just accumulate. So if somebody watches like your video is like 10 minutes, somebody watches 5 minutes, counts 5 minutes. Somebody else watches the full video, 10 minutes. So your watch time is now 15 minutes. This is what you call watch time. Is the accumulate minutes your audience spends watching your video. So views or unique viewers. So this is the number of times that people view your content. So it's not the minutes, it's always somebody opens the video, watch the video, he has to watch the video for 30 seconds, otherwise it's not going to be counted as a view. So he has to spend at least 30 seconds on the video to be counted as a view. Average percentage of view. So this is important. Let's say your view is 10 minutes long, and the average amount of time viewers watch your video, it's only 3 minutes. So the video is 10 minutes, but the average time that people watch your video, most people don't watch till the end for some reason. So this is what you call average percentage view. So in this case, your video is 10 minutes long, and the average view on the video is only 3 minutes. So you say 30% of audience retention rate. Traffic sources tells from where those views are coming from. Is they coming from Facebook or whatever? So that's demographic tells you, what's the demographic people watch your video, like it's female, male, age, and all that. So these are the metrics that you have to go through. Any questions on this? Because I'm going to show you an example of.
There is a way that you can have those data. If I use the program that we use, what is the name of the program to gather the data for a website? Frost something.
Which one is talking? I'm sorry.
Do you know the program that we use to gather the data from the website?
Google Analytics.
Screaming Frog.
Screaming Frog. Yeah, that's only website. Yeah, that's only website.
That program, it will give me that specific information about any website, like demographic, because I don't.
No, Screaming Frog doesn't give you that. Google Analytics give you that.
So if I use any website in Google Analytics, it will give me that information?
Yeah, Google Analytics will give you that information, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So this is the test, exactly this, as you see here. Can you see this? So what you have to do is calculate what's missing here. So you have all you need, all the information you need. So go to the video, see what click-through rate means, because then cost per click, cost per conversion. So you take the numbers that you have here, make the calculation, put it here. That's all. Very simple. Watch the video because I'm recording this, and all you have to do is watch the video, take the notes, because I have all the formulas there. So those formulas for example, click-through rate, I told you that it's the number, you take the number of clicks and divide it by the number of impressions, and you got click-through rate right here. So I'm giving you this answer already. Take the number of clicks divided by impression times 100. It's a percentage. Okay. All the rest you got to do on your own. And this is the test. So as you can see, 8 points.
Is this the 12th?
This is the, I think it's a 12, yeah.
Okay.
It's open. You can do it today if you want.
Okay.
It's 2 by 12. So you have, it's very easy. So each column here, it's worth 1 point. Altogether, it's 8 points. So you have all the numbers here. Just make sure you go to the video, take notes of the formula that I have there. Take your time. There is no time because this is a spreadsheet. You download the spreadsheet from MyCC and do the calculation. And by December 12th, you upload this. And that's all you need to do. So this is very easy. This is the easiest test that you're going to have. Any questions?
What's the CPM again on Facebook?
CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, so it stands for cost per mil. Mil is a Latin word for thousands.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why it's CPM. Yeah. So this is exactly, you download, you'll have the same spreadsheet that I showed you here. And all you have to do is do the calculation and upload to the MyCC by December 12th. Any questions?
I went to check the test we did for the Google Analytics.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I turned mine in, but I just don't see like an attachment. Is it? I won't see attachment on there, right? Since it was done through like a different portal kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the Google Analytics. Yeah, that was right into MyCC, so there's no attachment there now.
Okay, but so then I guess my question really is you received mine, right?
Yes, you did the test, so I just go there and open your test. It's just there. I mean, you probably got the results right away.
Okay,
know,
and mine
no.
says it's not graded, or maybe I checked the wrong spot. I'll recheck.
Okay, recheck. I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to do. What I plan to do, I'm going to see which going to turn up to be the best for you all. I'm going to see, for example, most of you didn't do so well. So let's say Brian was the best test. That's 20 questions. If Brian got 15, I'll put Brian as a 20, the top, and then move everybody up. So that, then I'll look to see, okay, let me see if everybody will get a decent grade there. So I'm going to move everybody up till to 20, and then everybody will be proportionally going up. Then I'll see if that works for everybody.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I don't know if you are.
I know you're just guessing, but
I don't know who has the best results. So the best results of all of you, I know nobody got 20. I know probably the best will be like 17 maybe. So that 17 will become 20. So everyone will be moving up in the same proportion. Then I'll look at the score and see what happens there.
Professor, it looks like I got the worst score because mine's showing 0 out of 20. That shouldn't be right, right?
Oh, no, you know why? Because I stopped grading yours because I said, something went wrong here, because you have answers that make sense. It just does not relate to that particular date range.
yeah, that was happening to me. The date range kept changing back to the default date range.
Yeah. So I will first I will put your grade there. I'll go back and see where you are. Then I'll see when I move everybody up where everybody is. But I wouldn't worry too much on that. Another option for me is to look in all the tests and say, okay, I'm going to drop off the worst. That's another option. I mean, let's say your Google Analytics was your worst test, so I'll don't count that one. I'll drop off one of yours. So that's another option. So I have to see which one works best for everyone.
Okay, thank you. So you're saying like on my test, there's a possibility that the date ranges changed and then it messed everything up when I was answering, like it was just way off?
Yes, because I look at your answer and say, okay, this makes sense, because if I changed, I probably could get that answer, but not for that particular date range. It's not. It's not that to say that you just throw numbers at random there. The answer, your answer, it's probably correct, but not for that particular date range.
That's weird. Okay, so every time you drill down into something, it'll readjust the default?
You shouldn't, because once you go to your browser and you put the date range there and click apply, you should stay till you exit.
Yeah, that's what because I didn't have to move any date. I just did it initially and then went through the test,
Yeah. If you select the date range and click apply, that should stay till you exit the browser.
Yeah, so I feel like I should have done it right then. Well, at least what I thought was right.
Yeah, Professor, but I think something went wrong with the website, because it's funny that most of the people, what I hear is that they
I see that,
and then they submit it and I apply it. I chose from January 1st, January 31st. I applied that.
Okay.
And then the results were, that I was not in the right date.
Yeah, I can tell by the results that every single one of you did, even being wrong but it could have been right for some other date range.
Yeah.
So that's why, who knows, probably for that period of time that we doing the test, something was wrong with that website. I don't know. Usually that doesn't happen, but since you all had experienced the same problem, I have to take that in consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, unless you have any questions, because today it's going to be just that. I don't have anything else. And since next week is the day, it's Black Friday, there's no classes. So if there's no questions, I wish you all happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you, Professor.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye now.
All right, bye.
Bye.